Welcome to On Writing with Onkarabile, the show that is aiming to promote reading and writing in our communities. We seek to restore pride and dignity of Africans through the power of reading and writing. Ladies and gentlemen, please do subscribe to Nolu Unlimited Multimedia. Like and share the following interview. Today on our show we have Linda Hendricks, who is going to share more on how she is promoting reading and writing, especially on the role of raising kids, parenting. Linda, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you so much, Onkarabile and Nolu Media, for having me today. And hi, viewers.
That was a good one. Please, before we get into our topic, let us know who is Linda Hendricks. Because, I told you earlier, when I heard the surname Hendricks, I thought this one is colored. So please, but now I hear you speaking Sepedi. Please tell us who is Linda Hendricks.
I am Linda Hendricks, originally from Limpopo province. So, Kemopedi, don't be scared. But I speak all languages.
Oh, nice. Multilingual.
Sorry?
I'm saying you're multilingual.
Yes, I am. If you're staying in South Africa, there's no way you have to. So, yes, I'm Linda Hendricks, and I'm a social worker by profession. I've been in the field for the past 11 years.
Okay.
And I'm also a life and wellness coach. And I'm an author. That's why I'm here.
Yes. You know, when I saw your book, that you are writing about parenting, I was so interested because I was watching a show, and this person was saying, the guest of the show was saying, there's no recipe for raising kids, So when I saw your book, I said, you are trying to encourage us as parents, or maybe teach or coach us of some of the things that maybe we might not be aware of. So I was interested to come and, to bring you on the show, to come and share about this issue of parenting. Do we have to read about it? Do we have to write about raising kids? So why did you see the need of writing about this?
Number one, I just believe that we all have a story to tell. But secondly, as a social worker, I work with parents. I work with children. So, you can call me advocate for children or a police for children.
Okay.
So I love children, and also I love parents, because parents are the most important people, because they are responsible for the socialization of children. They are the teachers, And so the reason why I wrote the book is because of I was saddened by the children that come to the offices and the parents that come to the office to say that I do not like 1, 2, 3, or the parents will say that my child is stubborn, my child doesn't listen, my child is disrespectful. Then I realized that there is really nothing wrong with the child. The children actually reveal who you are as a parent. And I thought to myself, nobody really takes time to actually teach parents about how they should do things. You can go to antenatal class, they will tell you do this is how you win a child, this is how you prepare, but they never touch on the emotional aspect. They never touch on the issues of how to raise authentic children who are emotionally, who are healed. And you see with the adults, you can see that this person is not healed. This person has not been parented well. So that's why I decided to write the book, to help parents on how they can do things better. But most importantly is because I want parents to abandon the traditional parenting, the way that our parents parented us, which is only seeing us, not hearing us.
So, I'm so glad that you raised that topic. So, do you think we don't have more books or readings where parents can actually learn about such things?
When I initially did my research, I found there are books, but the books are not written by Africans.
Okay.
They are mostly written by people from other countries, but books are there. But I still feel that they are not enough. We've got a lot of books on personal development, on businesses. So there must be balance. We cannot just focus on personal development in terms of you achieving your goals and all that, and also on fiction, we need to be serious about parenting, because when we are dealing with children, we are dealing with the future generations.
Yes.
We are dealing with leaders.
That's true.
We are dealing with the people who are going to lead us, to lead the departments and all that. So they are books, but I just feel like most parents or many caregivers, because this book is for parents, caregivers, and anyone who has contact with a child. And I just think that we are not giving it too much thought. We like, no, but I will just do the way that my parents did. I will just raise my children the way that my parents did. But that is no longer working, because we are raising a different generations. I mean, I call them millennials. And their attitude is different.
Yes.
Their characteristics is different. The way they do things, they are also very sensitive. So, so they are books, but they are not enough, but also they are not written by Africans.
Yeah, so they're not that much relevant.
Yes.
No, I hear you. So do you, in your book, or not actually even in your book, do you encourage, parents, since now you are coming up with a book which will be relevant as it's written by an African, do you now gonna have a duty of encouraging parents to read obviously your book and books like that of your time?
Absolutely. You know why? Because number one, I talk about you parent being a role model, and some of the things that you must model is reading, and the reason is that number one, when you take time to read for your children, that is where you spend quality time. And in the book, there's a chapter about spending quality time, because time is not equal. There is time and there is quality time.
Yes.
So then when you take time to read books for your children, you are not only developing their cognitive abilities or helping them with, with literacy, with grammar and all that, but you are spending quality time with them, and you are modeling that. They're gonna grow up with that look, reading is something that it must be done. It's not, you don't have to introduce it much later, because when you introduce it much later, it doesn't become a habit. It becomes like a core, and so I talk about, parents should read as a way of bonding with their children and spending time with their children. And I mean, without knowledge, I really don't think that we can, we can develop or we can evolve as people. So parents need to read this book, because it's not also only focused on how they should deal with defiance, for example, from children, but it also focuses on them, because it encourages them to go back to their own upbringing and to change their views and their mindset about parenting.
No, I like it, and I like the part of the role model, because I mean, we all know that kids learn from what they say. They imitate.
Yes, of course.
So because I wanted to ask you that question before you, but you have answered it already, of saying what is the disadvantage of telling your kid to read whereas you are not a reader.
Exactly. I mean, there is no way. Look, children learn by seeing and or by imitating. This generation is no longer that generation.
Yes, yeah.
Do as I say.
And they answer you. This ones, they answer you.
Yes. That's the other characteristics of millennials. They are very inquisitive, and they are so full of whys.
Yeah.
Whys. Why this?
Yes.
But then, I mean, I also talk about having a book club in the family. I talk about that. Look, and you don't have to force your child to read a certain book. Know your child. At the end of the day, you must know your child and say to your child, when you are in the bookstore, choose the book that you like. And, have a book club. Read each other's favorite book, or after a month, you can meet and say, let's just give feedback from the books that we read.
Yeah, I think this book is gonna... What's the name of the book? Please share. What's the name of the book?
The name of the book is Parenting Millennials: How to Win the Best Parent Ever Award.
I'm curious. I'm curious really to read that book. I myself have never read a book about parenting, So I'm so glad that you are bringing such information to us as an African, to Africans. And I want to ask you this question, since you spoke about not only parents, that will read this book, even caregivers. What about the teachers?
Yeah. The teachers also, I think maybe I forgot to mention that everyone who works with children, or everyone who is or is going to have contact with a child, must have the book. Because also in the book, I speak about, how to deal with defiance. And we know that in class, children are crying about defiance. Yes. And I also talk about labeling children because of the behaviors, because of the things that they do, like, oh, stubborn, you're stupid, and all that. So, and I talk about that. So it is important for children, for teachers, to read that book, because they will know the impact, the negative impact of labeling a child, instead of, labeling the behavior, not labeling the child.
Nice. And let's talk about, you mentioned earlier that, you just bring your own story on the book, day by day.
A little bit.
A little bit. And one of the things that you spoke about is body shaming.
Yes.
Stepped.
Oh, okay. I think yes.
Okay. You spoke about, that you are bringing some of your story to the book. There and there, a little bit.
Yes, yes.
And one of the things that you are bringing is body shaming, which is one of the most, that kids are facing. Please share a little bit on that one.
The issue of body shaming, it comes in the chapter of parenting teenagers. So the chapter itself is parenting teens with love. Teens are very are negatively labeled as stubborn, problematic, disrespectful, all those negative things that you can think of. But parents forget that teenagers go through a lot, because they are at the stage of identity crisis. They're trying to find out who they are. They're trying to fit into the society. And with the social media, it's not making it easy for teenagers, because when social media says this is a beauty standard, you have to be slim, you have to be tall, you have to have, curly hair, whatever. And now, if your teen looks at herself or himself and is none of those things, it really creates stress for the child. So then, in that chapter, I talk about how you can help your child deal with body shaming, and that is basically to help your child accept themselves, that we are unique. And imagine if you are all the same, and your value is not dependent on how you look or on what you can do or what you cannot do. You've got an inherent value. You have been made in the image of God, and you are enough.
Amen for that. So on the same note, do you perhaps also written about where you encourage parents? Because as you speak about body labeling, I have discovered or observed that sometimes even parents label their own children.
Yes,
so when the parents saying to their own children. So do you perhaps encourage parents on that issue of them labeling their own children?
Yes. I said in the book that your child will become what you call them. So if, for example, your child did bad in mathematics and you're already saying they are stupid, they're gonna become that, unfortunately. Because in the book I speak a lot about God, and there are Bible verses, and then we all know that in the beginning there was a word, and the word was with God. And remember, God said, let there be, let there be. So now when you label your child fatty, I remember there is that one, you fatty.
Yes.
You are shaming your child. Actually, you are shaming your child. and your child is just gonna start losing themselves. And then when they lose themselves, obviously, they're going to be stressed. Children can get stressed too.
Yes,
they can get depressed too.
Yes.
So, and most parents are not aware of that. So, and sometimes even out of frustration, when your child is not doing something, you label them, like maybe you can even say, I'm doing a lot for you, you know. But you forget that is your responsibility. That is your parent, that is your role, and that is your responsibility. So I encourage parents not to label children, no matter what they do, whether the behavior or they look different. I encourage them not to identify their children with that, because they have given their children names. So then why suddenly should you call your child big ears, big nose?
Exactly. When do you call them in the first?
Yes, and let me just give you an example on that. Where I work, there was this lady who actually said to me, I am a 330 milli. You know the 330 milli?
Yeah.
Look, I mean... I have to be brave, and I said, that is not my name.
Yeah.
You are going to respect me.
Exactly.
You know my name, that is not my name. I am enough just the way I am. We cannot all be tall. We cannot all be slim.
Not true.
So
Not
please, you are going to refrain from calling me that, because you know my name. My name is Linda. That's it. That's the end of the story.
So tell me, is this book only, as you have mentioned, caregivers, teachers, parents? Can kids read this book?
I really don't think so. I mean, I'm going to be working on something for the kids.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to be working on something for the kids, and also in the later stage, I will be I'll be hosting parenting workshops, and also I want to have a workshop for kids. But for now, this book is for kids, but through parents.
Okay. Yes.
We need to start with parents.
Yes,
As I've already
yes.
said, parents are responsible for socialization. Parents, you are the most important people. You are the most. So I must start with you before I can. Because as I've already said, your children reveal you.
Yes, very true.
Yeah.
Very true. So how are you going to make sure that this book, because I mean, according to the way I hear, every parents need to have this book.
Yes.
How are you going to make sure that, you know, it reach every South African or even African parent?
I mean, this is one of the platform, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah, this is one of the platform, and obviously there will be other platforms. There's also this other platform that I signed up for, and they're going to advertise the book, and also word of mouth. If this is a great book, you must, every parent must have this book. Word of mouth, and obviously people can also reach me on social media to find more about the book. And usually I just post little things about, raising kids and all that.
That's incredible. Please, I wish we had more time. We're going to talk about this more and more, because really this is the information, as I've said, that we need. I personally, I can't wait to read that book.
I also can't wait for you to read that book. Okay?
No, seriously, I can't wait to read that book. And I think even the viewers, who are watching this show and they have heard our conversation, they will agree with me that this is a must read for every parent. Every teacher, every coach, as you have said, anyone who is in contact with children, we need this book, So please make sure that you make sure that you do your best, that every parent, as I've said, every African child, every African parent, South African parent, get this book.
Yeah.
What will be your last words to our viewers?
Okay, I think it will be that, look, the book is launching on the 17th of September. Okay. That is my birthday month, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Nice. The book is launching on the 17th of September at Pactonian Hotel in Johannesburg. And look, that is a self-care day for parents. Make sure that you get your ticket. Your ticket is 650. It includes all meals, your snacks, your tea, your buffet lunch. and copy of the book. And I mean, you get to meet me. And look, I've got great speakers on the day. They will be talking about, you know, parenting and money. And I've got a psychologist who will be talking about parenting and mental health. You know, I've got great speakers. And then otherwise, you can also follow me on Facebook. I'm Linda Hendricks. And so my last word is just to say that you are the most important people, parents or caregivers or teachers, whoever that has a contact with a child. So, and when it comes to parenting millennials, it is very important that you try to get it right the first time, because there's no going back. And also I talk about the power of words, you know. So there's absolutely no going back. So you have to try to get it right. This is a different generation, and as somebody who loves children, I just want to see children happy. And you are the people who are going to make children happy in the way that you parent them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching On Writing with Onkarabile, the show that is aiming to promote reading and writing in our communities. Please don't forget to subscribe to Nolu Unlimited Multimedia. Like and share this inspirational conversation. Thank you so much.